Hello and welcome back. What's new?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. So, I was saving this for my my episode or my recording, I guess. So something absolutely crazy happened to me on Friday. I still can't believe it. Like, I am in shock that this happened. So anyway, I left work on Friday and I was told Skylar, I was like, I'm going to the bank and then I'll be home. Well, I was on this one street or whatever that it's like kind of like a straight shot going towards our house. And that quick, like I forgot, oh shit, like I never went to the bank. So I turned to go back around and it's like a way that I don't ever really typically drive. And as I'm driving, there's this man standing in his doorway of his home. And like I could see him from a distance. And I'm like, didn't want to like stare and look, but like he was in my like peripheral vision wearing a black silk robe.
Okay.
Nothing on underneath. Dick out. Yes. Just hanging out in the freaking wind. And I'm like, did I see that right? Just catching a breeze. I don't know, like, if he decided just to open up the door because he was hot and step outside. But this is like around the time when like buses are doing drop off. And I'm like, I'm like more concerned, is there children around? But I was also in like complete shock. I'm like, I have to tell someone. So I immediately call Skylar back and I was like, you're not going to believe what I just saw. I was like, there was a man in a black silk robe, completely naked, whole thing hanging out. This is the kicker. So I like went to the bank. I had to go back and see if he was still sitting. So I went back that way looking to see if he was still out. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Not that it was, I was just like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was more like, it wasn't like, not that he was like young and attractive, because honestly, I didn't even really look at his face, but it wasn't like an old.
I mean, his dick was right there. So what are you supposed to look at?
I was just like, what is happening? Did I really just see this? So yeah, that was my Friday. I still just cannot believe. I actually, this is so bad. Jersey and I went to get a coffee and I was trying to explain to her what street it was on. So I went back down the street and I was like, I think it was that house right there.
So is this house like right on the road? Like it was like.
It's in town. In town.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like, there's a playground like 10 houses from this house. Yes. I mean, kids get dropped. Like, I know that there's a bus drop off around that corner, like, or on that street somewhere. Yeah. I was just like, what the hell did I just see? Ugh. There was only one other time I feel like that I can remember that, like, registers in my brain when we lived in the house that we grew up on. And I had my license, so I had to have been 16, whatever. Good morning. Harlow just woke up. It's 9:40.
Oh my gosh, lucky her.
She said, "You're loud." So I remember driving, and there was a man, like it had to have been one of our neighbors, standing there, full out, going to the bathroom. And I was so upset. I was like disgusted. Oh my God. I mean, ew. Yes. What 16-year-old wants to see an old man pee pee? I was like terrified. Like I was scared. I like remember pulling in and like running in the house like, Mom, I just saw the neighbors. Thingy mama.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a naked dick in the wild. Not that I can think of.
In the wild. This was in the wild. Just like out. Oh,
the only thing I remember is when I was trying to get a job. I was 16, so young, and I had an interview at the local like old folks like nursing home thing.
That's what I was. Okay, nursing home.
I couldn't think of what it was called. So it was the one on Chestnut Street. I don't know if that's even still there anymore. It was like close to where we grew up. And the interview was like a whole day thing. Like you hung out with like the nursing assistant or whatever. And like essentially you had to like prove that like you could like handle it or whatever. And there was a whole bunch of crap that they did that was like, I was 16. Like I remember this woman with like bed sores and the smell, like it was horrible. I don't know why they would have a 16-year-old do any of this shit. But the biggest thing, I remember this old man, he was a dirty old man. And they like part of the responsibilities was like giving these old people baths or whatever. So this man was completely naked. And he was like sitting, they like sat him in like these chairs or whatever, but all of his bits were like dangling, like so like he could get washed. Like the chair was made to like go in the shower. And I'm just like 16, like I am a young 16. Like I don't even know if I've like seen a naked man. Like I'm just like, oh my God. And he was like almost trying to flirt with me, like, oh, you're a young one. Oh, I want you to give me my bath. And I'm like, you don't even realize how young I am. Like, because he probably assumed they're not just hiring people that aren't at least like in their 20s. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
So
I could
gross.
never, ever, ever do that job.
It was so gross. It was bad. I actually, like, I was just quiet. I'm always quiet. Like, I don't know, but I didn't get it. I think it was just because I was so quiet. They probably wanted me to like step in and do stuff. And I didn't feel like it was my place because I literally was like, just walking around with this person. Like I would never just be like, oh, let me wash this guy's armpits and brush this old lady's hair. Like I don't know.
I could never be a caregiver.
No. I'm glad I didn't get it. It seems like it would have been stressful for like very little pay. But
yeah, those people do not get paid enough, I will say. No, thank you. So one quick thing. So Jersey and I got her for Christmas a gift certificate, and we went to this head spa on Saturday, and that was amazing. Like you like laid in a bed with your head back, and like they gave us a facial, and like I had the best head scrub. Like my hair still feels so clean. Like
where was that? I need to go do that.
It was amazing. Bloomsburg.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool. I would like to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it was like it was a bit pricey.
Yeah.
But like to do it, like, you know, for a birthday or, you know what I mean? Just like something like that. Like it was like an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
The only thing that I said that I didn't love, it was like cold water.
Oh, really?
And I think it's, I like
better for your follicles or something?
I'm assuming because I thought maybe it was just me, and I asked Jersey and she said hers was also. It was like lukewarm to like cold. And then like it would warm up a little bit and then it would be cold. And like they're literally like rubbing it like over your face, down your neck, and I'm just like shivering underneath. Like I do not like like scalding hot water.
Yes.
No.
My showers, I want to step out of my shower and almost pass out because I'm so hot. Like I don't like.
I don't do well. So I mean, it felt good, but I wish the water would have been a teeny bit warmer.
Yeah.
So. All right. If you don't have anything else to say, we can get into it.
Nope. I'm good.
So I'm doing episode 6. Congrats on your hair loss. So Kristen and Luke are, oh my gosh, talking again about hopefully being pregnant. And I did say kind of the same thing. Like, I feel for them because I know they want this baby like so bad. But it's so sad that every time that they talked about it, like that it's a negative test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like this season is their like season of let's get pregnant. And but they are putting way too much pressure on them.
Yes.
Like I feel. I would be like, okay, this isn't happening. We need to just like move on from this and have something else like as our what I want to say their line, not their line, their story.
Whatever. I don't know.
Oh God, my head. Oh, did you see that little lizard in the bedroom? Like,
in the
that would
cage.
not happen in my house. No, no,
No.
no, no, no. There would, no, no, no. Dogs, I will do. Anything other than that, like I remember we had a hamster growing up. I would not
never do
allow
that
my
again.
kids to have a hamster. Jersey at one point had a hermit crab. I will not allow Harlow to have a hermit crab. She just looked at me like, I want a hermit crab. No, anything that can be stinky, smelly. We had a fish for a little bit. But again, it was like, yeah, no, just extra work that I have to take care of. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I had a friend who had a snake in her bedroom, and when I would sleep over, I would not sleep in her bedroom. I'd sleep in their spare bedroom because snakes terrify me. So then Luke is like just talking about, he wants to see, like I felt like he was really opening up about, you got to go do something, girlfriend. Okay, sounds good. She's just standing here staring at me. So I have to be careful what I say.
I could never record in a place that my kids had access to because they wouldn't. Like, they would purposely try to peek over my shoulder. Like, they would, I'd have to, like, literally lock myself in a room.
Yeah.
Like, it would never happen.
She would never come over here, but
Oh my gosh.
she just
my
like
kids
stood there
are
staring at
fame
me. I'm like,
whores. They would love. Summer's always like, why can't you put me on your podcast? And I was like,
my
I don't put you on the internet, period. You don't ever post a picture of me? I said, no. Are you embarrassed of me? I said,
oh
no,
my gosh.
I'm saving you from
saving
creepy
me.
people.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So I felt like in this scene, like Luke was, like sitting on the bed and like really just kind of opening up to, like Kristen and explaining like what he needs from her kind of thing. And he was saying about seeing a premarital counselor, which I didn't even know that this was a thing other than, like when you go and like get married in a church, I guess, like you go, I guess, is this what you go through? We did not
I guess so.
have
Yeah, I've seen other people
anything
do
like
it.
this.
I mean, I didn't get married in a church, so I didn't have to, but yeah.
So we didn't either, and we had actually just a friend. So Skylar's very good friend, his father is a pastor. So we had him marry us. Now we did go to his house because he asked us to, and he just kind of wanted to get a feel for us together as a couple. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was like, I don't know, like a 30-minute thing. And we kind of went over like what we wanted him to say. And that was about it. And he did. I did not know it going into it. But he asked us a question like, I think it was like, name one thing that you love about each other and one like thing that, might frustrate about each other. And I remember saying, like, I love Skylar because, like, he's a great provider. He's a good dad. Like, he just, like, makes me feel like he's, like, my safe place, whatever. And I'm like, my negative is him taking his socks off and, like, throwing them wherever they are. Like, that is, like, I hate that. I can't stand to find his freaking socks, like, in my living room. And then, like, he was, like, kind of the same thing, like, I love her because, she's a great mother. And, I don't even know what he said about me, to be honest. And then the negative was like, it set me off so bad. I, like, wanted to, like, not marry him in that moment. Like, it was, I can't even remember exactly what it was, but it was kind of like referring to me as, like, not that I get uptight. I don't even remember. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember, like, I was so sad in that moment.
So counseling is not like, good for your marriage.
No, clearly
counseling
not.
For
like,
you too.
like when it was like I made, like your socks on the ground, and he was like, jab right at me, like, well, like you can be, not, he didn't come out and say a bitch, but like, it was something like that. And I was just like, I got so quiet. I said nothing. The moment that we got into the car, I was like, really? Really? My annoyance in my bedroom. My annoyance of you is, like your socks on the ground, and you like went bam,
hate
so
my
hard.
personality.
And he's like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. And I still bring it up. Like, I was so angry. But anyway, like, I looked up this premarital counseling thing because I was like, what is this exactly? And it just says, you know, like, it helps prepare for a marriage by improving communication, resolving potential conflicts, aligning expectations, like finances, family roles, and intimacy. And I was just like, I don't know. I guess if you have potential conflicts, like, maybe you shouldn't be getting married. I don't know.
I think it's a lot of people meet each other. They know each other for like a year. Sometimes they don't even like live together, and then they get engaged because they're just so in love.
Yeah.
And so they're literally marrying someone they don't even know the negatives about them yet.
That's
of thing.
true.
Me and you like lived
together
with our partner for years and years, like grew up with our partners. You know what I mean?
Right.
So by the time we got married, we already knew
everything.
like that we were going to stay together. Like that wasn't even like a question, you know?
That makes sense. But so anyway, he's like saying, you know, like, I'd really like to do this. And Kristen's just like, okay, you know, like, whatever you want, babe. And then Luke says, you know, he took some of Kristen's, prenatals. And she's like, isn't there estrogen in them? But I was like,
No.
I'm pretty sure there's not estrogen
no
in
hormones.
No, it's just
No.
kind of like, almost like a hair, nails, like a
Yeah. It's a
protein
vitamin with a bunch of folate
yeah.
or something in it. Yeah.
I was like, I think that Luke's gonna be okay. I just said, you know, he's opening up and telling Kristen all of the things and how he feels. He said he would like a little bit more of like his home there in LA, and that he's so used to like hunting and fishing, and he feels like the home they're in is like Kristen's and not his. Kristen is literally sitting on the floor yawning, and then she's like, I'm sorry, babe, what did you say? Like, I just really zoned out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this poor
puts up with
man,
a lot. Yeah.
he puts up with so much. Then she says,
even when he said, I feel like this isn't my house, like it's all your stuff, and she's like, you don't like the way I decorate?
yeah, you
and
don't
I'm
like my decorations?
You're not listening to him.
Yeah, that's not what
like
he's saying
at all. No.
And then Luke says, you know, he just would like, you know, a fishing pole. Like, he feels his best when he's like hunting or around the water. And Kristen is like, ew, I mean, I went fishing once or twice with you, but like, I like a good boat trip, and I'll like cheer you on, babe, when you get a fish. But yeah, I'm not into that. And he just like smiles and laughs. And I'm like, you're such an asshole. Like, listen, I'm not one to like fish and hunt, but like here at our house, like we have a pond, and like my husband loves to fish, and like Harlow loves to fish with him, but I would like sit down there with them, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, like I feel like I don't know, in this moment for them, he is doing everything for Kristen. And I feel like she's not like reciprocating in return and doing like the things that he likes.
Yeah.
And then in confession, she says, you know, I will never live in Colorado. And I was like, how are these two together? Like,
I don't know.
Crazy. Which she did say that his Colorado home, she's like, they don't even have running water. You have to go outside to get water. They just put electricity in. So I don't know if he's like building this like
She said they bring water in. So some places out west, you have a cistern, and like literally a truck comes in, like, you know, like how you get oil if you have like oil heat. A truck comes in and pumps your cistern full of water. So it's not like you don't have running water inside your house, but it's not connected to like groundwater because there is none. So like you literally have a tank that someone has to come fill, and you have to make sure it stays filled. You know, that kind of thing.
That makes sense.
I think that's what she means.
Okay. So then Jax is meeting Jasmine. I thought that was weird because they're not like
I didn't understand why they were
friends.
meeting, period. Just for the show. They just needed to get some characters together.
I'm assuming Jasmine wanted to talk to him about the whole like Brittany situation and
that was
how like she feels not noticed, and they talk about the boys and girls night. Then she, you know, does tell him about the whole, you know, sex thing, and that Brittany just wants to feel loved. ill. I don't even know why I said this, but like Jack. I'm not even going to repeat that because I think Carlos.
I know what it says. It says that Brittany's love language is Jax's face between her legs.
Yes.
Is that what you were going to say? Yes.
Yep. I was just like, oh, and she's like, okay, yeah, like whatever works, whatever works, then do it. Do it. Like, give her something. Come on, Jax.
But who has these conversations with random acquaintances? I could not imagine, like, one of my husband's friends being like, we need to have a lunch, and like be like, your husband was telling me that you two are really not having a good sex life right now. So I would be like, fuck you, fuck him, fuck everyone. Like, what is happening? I would be so angry. Like, I would be like, why are you talking about this? What is happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
They also talk about Michelle and Jesse's marriage, and Jack says that Jesse told him he thinks his marriage will be over in the next 2 months. Mm-hmm. Jax tells Jasmine that Kristen told him that Michelle has been texting another man, which I thought that was, I'm assuming. Well, then that's when Jasmine brought up. She was just like, "Oh, so is that what?" Kristen keeps saying, I'm protecting Michelle.
I know, yeah.
And, like, Jax was being, like, all weird and was like, well, I know some things, but I can't really say, but, and then just blurts it out anyway.
This is just between you and me.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're both like, well, we're not gossipers. So, like, then I feel like they're pinning this on Kristen once again.
Even though they're the ones spreading it. But how did it get to Jax in the first place, I guess?
Exactly. Then it's Jax is at his house calling Jason. This cracked me up. It's like echoing, which I hate. Absolutely hate that.
Yes.
Taking it off. Don't get into this. Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen on my phone in a long time. I remember that used to happen though. I feel like it's not a thing anymore.
Well, he was blaming it on because it was an Android.
It's an Android, yeah.
Yeah. And then Jason was like, call me on the WhatsApp, which, okay. I never, especially this aired, I don't know how many years ago. I did not know about this at all. I just found out for the first time what this app is.
Oh, I've heard of WhatsApp before.
I've never heard of it. I'm very behind with so many things. My friend told us to use it when we were in Jamaica. Like,
yeah, I believe it's a very like people in other countries do it because like they don't have like the Apple iMessenger and stuff. Like they use it as like a messaging app and a calling app. Like I think WhatsApp is like a universal thing you can use with like Android, Apple, like everything, so that you don't have to like use their local iOS whatever. I don't know what I'm even talking about, but so I've heard of it before.
So yeah, like literally this past year was the first I've ever heard of this. And then he's like also, or you can call me through Instagram. And Jax is like, I didn't even know you could call through Instagram, which I didn't know you could either.
I don't know if you can. I've never heard of it either.
I think he's I don't know. Sorry, I'm so distracted right now. Then he calls Danny and he's inviting friends to an event that Jax is promoting this like hair loss company. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much it. Michelle briefly talks in confession about her and Jesse and that she would rather have Isabella grow up, with separate parents than, that they're loving them and staying together and fight, which I agree. I think 100%. that and Isabella is like small enough, I feel like, to understand. You know what I mean? Like that it's not going to affect her too much, like if they were to split right now.
Right.
So that was the end of that, really. Oh my gosh. So Danny and Nia's house, they're there, and Jason shows up to help Danny put together cribs. So I guess Nia, she is like, because she was the
Miss USA.
What was she? Miss USA. She now gets paid by these brands to do like social media posts, which sounds amazing. I would freaking love that. Like to have that kind of following, not necessarily the following, but to be able to get free things and just like post about it and get paid for it. So anyway, I thought that this was funny because Danny, not that I feel like any of the guys are really handy on this show. They're all like, they're the type of men that would like hire somebody to come and do something, I feel like. And he invites Jason and Jesse, who are the least freaking handy. I was like, why
didn't you invite Luke? Luke would have
That's what I
thrown those
thought
cribs
too.
together in like minutes. Like, yeah. I was just blown away how uncapable they are, because like I wouldn't call myself a handyman, but I can put a damn crib together.
But you
like,
figure it out.
Any piece of furniture together. There's literal directions there. You just say A and B and use this type of screw. Like, it's not complicated. It's not like, I actually don't mind when we buy stuff that needs put together, because it's like mindless work. I'll like put a show on and just like do it. I don't know. I thought that was crazy that they couldn't figure out something that simple.
Yeah. I hate putting things together. I mean, I do it, but I always put something on backwards. And I like get to that point, and then I was like, and then you have to like retake things off.
Take it
like
off.
That pisses. Yeah, I hate that.
And the stuff is so cheap that you like end up like cracking something, or it like gets like a nick, or
So I said, I don't think any of these guys are handy, but and then Jesse brings freaking champagne to put cribs together. Who does that? Like, who? That is like the most, like, okay, let's bring some beers or something, but Jesse's cracking open a bottle of freaking champagne to put cribs together.
They're a different breed. We are not from LA.
Like, it just makes me laugh so hard. So in a confession, like they were talking about, how Nia gets paid for these, like brand deals and stuff. And Danny jumps in. I didn't like this.
No, me
yeah.
either.
And he's like, well, I'm the breadwinner. And Nia laughs and she's like, well, my job pays for the fun stuff. Trying to like insert her, like, my money helps pay for things too. And she's like fun and travel. And Danny then says, no, babe, like I pay for all that too.
I was so annoyed with that.
Yeah, then Nia, you can kind of see her a little bit, and she's like, hun, like, all our money goes into the same bank account, and we pay for that together. Yeah. And I was like, Danny, shut your fucking mouth. Yeah. Like, I will sit here and say, before my husband ever says it, like, Skylar would never to, like, people be like, I'm the breadwinner. I pay for everything. Even though he does, like, I'm the one who says that more. Like, yes, my husband pays the mortgage. He pays for all the major things. But I'm sorry, we are a unit and a family. And, like, yeah, he might pay for those. But, like, I pay for everything that involves the kids. I pay for our groceries. Yeah. I pay for, you know what I mean? Like, we each, have a
contribution.
Thank you.
Your words, man, this morning.
I know. I can't. Oh my God. I need like something in front of me to help me.
No, I was so annoyed with that because I was thinking, you know what, Danny? After this show airs, Nia is a gorgeous woman. Her promotional stuff and her following is just going to go up, up, up. And the amount of money that companies are going to be willing to pay a famous face now is not even going to come in comparison to your stupid voiceover work. So I know. You better watch it. Like, he has no idea.
I was thinking that too. I was also thinking that, like, these men, like, and I, like I go back to the Mormon wives, you know what I mean? Like, they were breadwinners, and guess what? Look,
they all quit their jobs.
Yeah. Jax and Brittany,
world, honestly,
they should. Jax and Brittany show up at the bar so Brittany can see how far they got. This whole bar thing is weird to me. I feel like is it Jax's bar? Because
I mean, they want his name. They're using him, and they're giving him like a stipend. Like, hey, we're going to use your name. It's going to be Jax's bar. And then, like, they don't include him. You can tell. Like, Brittany says at one point, are you always this quiet during these meetings? And he's like, well, I don't know what to do. Because they're just using Jax Taylor as a famous name. So they're thinking it's LA, people will come to Jax's bar, tourists will that kind of thing.
And he even made the one comment that he hasn't put a dime into this bar.
No, they're paying him to use his name. He's just a brand.
Yeah. She seems like she's not really involved. Jax doesn't seem to know anything. Says he's stressed about money, and they also talk about having another kid. Yeah. That idea. I was just like, you guys are literally not even having sex, and then you want to have another child?
Yeah, and your kid's already 2. You think it's going to get better when adding another one?
Yeah, craziness. Jack does at one point, like, he's sitting there and you can see he's just like losing his shit for whatever reason. Like, he's just like, I feel like I'm gonna start crying.
Yeah, and like she's just everything is coming to his mind.
Yeah, and she's like, what? Why? What's wrong? And he's just like, having a family, running a business. And I honestly think in this moment he is stressing about money, and I don't think that Jax really has a whole lot of money.
No.
And because it seems like that they do their own separate things, and Brittany seems to have, you know what I mean? Like her shit, and she's doing well. And I don't think Jax has anything at this time. And it seems like he probably spends his money as soon as he gets it, kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So everyone's arriving at the Jax hair loss event. Oh, Schwartz shows up, and he has this super blonde hair that looks awful.
So dumb.
And I actually remember this episode of
when he got it with that crazy girl he was friends with.
Yeah, and she colored it.
I can't remember her name now.
I don't remember either.
She was like a hairdresser, and I don't know why she did that to him.
Yeah, no, because it looks so bad, and she should have known that. And if I were that hairdresser, and like when I was watching those episodes and like how bad everyone was talking about his hair, I would have been so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, it did not look good at all.
Because she was funny, but man, she was nuts. Like,
yeah, she was a little...
She was something.
Different. So the event is at the Mondrian, which is this like bar pool where all of the cast like used to go and drink and party before they went to work at Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. So like as each one's walking in, they're like, oh, this is bringing back old memories. Everyone kind of makes fun of Jax because he's not going bald. Like,
really
he actually has like the best head of hair out of most of the guys. And I guess he has this like little dime-sized bald spot on his head. And like, I think Jesse even makes a comment. He's like, it's probably a calic.
It's probably always been there.
Right. But hey, they're like, you know what? If you want to like promote yourself for, like, you're using this product and look at this head of hair to cash that check, do it. Like, I'm all for it.
It's like when Lisa Rinna was on Housewives, she says the biggest brand deal she ever got was when she advertised for Depends. Like, she doesn't need Depends, but she's like, the money I got for that was like astronomical. So like, I'll be like, I'll advertise for Depends even if I'm not incontinent. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Crazy. I didn't know that about her. I didn't know
she made that comment on Beverly Hills.
So then they show Jasmine and Janet, and they're like off to the side just talking privately, and Janet asks Jasmine, like how the lunch went with Jax, and Janet gets so messy. Like, she is so, like, but Jasmine kind of the same thing. Like, I hate how she was like, well, I can't really say, Jax told me some information, but it's not my place to say. Well, then Janet, like, she's prying, which, listen, I don't blame her. If Jasmine said that to me, I'd be like, bitch, tell me, like, what was said? And then at one point she's like, should we call Brittany over here? And then Jasmine's like, oh, like, I don't want to be like messy Kristen, and like, she's the one who said it. But I'm like, but you're the one who just brought it up. You know what I mean? So
on camera,
really,
we didn't see Kristen say it on camera.
Other than she's protecting, I mean,
right,
she's
but
kind
we
of
didn't
like
hear
hinting.
her tell Jax this or anything, so.
Right. Jax, okay, so then it goes to Jax, Jesse, and Luke are talking to this girl that has this like pop-up vendor for Burning Man. And it's like selling clothes, like festival outfits, whatever. Luke was the only normal one. Like, I felt like he was the only one that could have like a normal conversation with like an attractive woman.
Right.
And like, then Jesse and Jax were just gross. Like, I don't even remember what one of them said. I think Jax was like, oh, I wish my wife would wear something like that.
Yeah.
Then Jax and Jesse, or they were like, no, it was Jax. He was like, I need to walk away. I can't look, like acting like a weirdo. Then they get these like ridiculous hats that have like these beads in front of them. And Jax and Jesse, they get these see, this is where I get like, this was when it was probably like 12:30 in the morning. And I'm just like writing shit. The girl selling this stuff wearing a small outfit. Jax says, I wish my wife would wear this. And Jesse says, I wish that was my wife. Did you hear that?
No. And I remember the Jax thing, but I don't remember the Jesse part.
So I was like, went back 3 different times to hear if I heard it right. And I was like,
I'm sure he did.
Was he saying, I wish that was my wife, saying that he wishes that woman was his wife? Or like, I wasn't sure if I was putting that together right, but I think that that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're such a dick. Like, especially if I was Michelle and I heard that my husband said that, done. I'd be like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And then you're like shedding your tears, crying, saying how much you want to work things out. Yeah. Then the guys take the outfits and go upstairs to like the party, and they're like dancing with Ma and you know, like whatever, having a good time. Well, then Jesse takes the outfits back down to this girl's name's Gabby. Sorry, my dog's barking. To the pop-up vendor. Well, at one point, Michelle was like, where's Jesse at? So she goes looking for him, and he's down talking to this girl. Michelle finds Jesse talking to her and was like, what are you doing? And he's like nonchalantly, this is going to drive me crazy, the barking. Nonchalantly is just like, oh no, babe, like I'm just over here, like, look, she sells stuff for Burning Man, and like, look at these outfits. And she's like, are you planning on going to Burning Man?
Right.
And he's like, no. And then I was like, and then she's like, okay, let's go to dinner. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, he thought he was just being so like slick and like, oh, I'm just down here having a conversation.
I cannot even imagine if my husband walked away and I didn't know where he was and I caught him
flirting with some girl. Yeah.
No.
Especially when you're having issues.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
So then they go to dinner. Michelle once again says, I'm cold. Jesse just sits there like he doesn't give a shit. And Jax actually takes his coat off and gives it to her. Well, I think in that moment that set Jesse off.
Probably.
He knew that he was being an asshole. He knew that he messed up, and that's when he got quiet.
Yeah.
And because he was fine. He was completely fine up until that point. And then Michelle looks at him and is like, she's like, why such this serious face? Like, you look so serious. And he's like, that's what I look like. And then Jesse does say in confession that 2 hours, this is what he blames it on. 2 hours before the event, he had a session with his life coach, and that he came to the realization that his marriage is over, and like he's just so upset about it, and it just sucks. And I'm like, okay, if that
just
was
hit you
true,
at dinner, that just hit you right then and there.
Exactly. I was like, Jesse, that is such like a bullshit, move. Then talking about, so then I think it was Janet brought up and asked how, like the Jax's bar was going. And Jax, again, it's just like, yeah, it's great. It's going to be open soon. Like we only have like a couple more things to do. And Brittany's just like sitting off to the side, shaking her head like, no, it is not ready. Everyone then again is wondering why Jesse is acting weird. he must have got up and went and got a drink or something. And when he comes back in, Michelle just like blurts out and she's like, everyone wants to know what's wrong with you because you're being so quiet. And then Jesse says, well, then let's do something that will actually keep me awake, which was such a rude comment to make. Like, you know, you're at this event for Jax and like you're pretty much saying like it's boring and
it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah. So Brittany tells him, she's like, stop being so, like, she's like, that's rude. Well, then Jesse gets pissed and he like slams his fist down on the table. And then I think he immediately realizes what he does because then he tries to make like a joke about it.
Yeah.
Well, like Kristen looks at Luke and says like, nope, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm ready to go. Well, then Kristen and Luke are having this, like, there's so many, like, when you're at a table like that, there's so many side conversations. And, like, half of the people can't hear, you know, like, what somebody's saying. And Kristen is, like, kind of, like, bent down, like, talking to Luke. And she's just like, he is a grown-ass man. He's so disgusting. This is he's such a douche. And, even his wife calls him that, like, even says the same things about him. And then Kristen is laughing and she's like, could you imagine if I ever called you a douchebag? And Luke is like, you have. And Kristen is like, are you kidding me right now? And Luke's like, I'm just telling the truth. Well, you can tell in this moment, everyone is wasted. Like, Luke, and you will notice, like, he is very, like, calm and collective. But there's a couple times when he gets really drunk, I think he lets things come out. You know what I mean? That, like, what pisses him off, which I feel like he doesn't typically do. Right. Jasmine then yells across the table and is like, Kristen, what's wrong? Because you can clearly see that her and Luke are, like, arguing at this point. Everyone, and this is when I said everyone's wasted. Kristen is calling Jesse abusive. Jesse snaps back. Zach is grinding his teeth and he's like, Kristen. He's like, stop. And then Danny's raising his hand and Nia is like he wants to speak. And Nia's like, put your hand down, Daniel, put your hand down. And he's like, no, I have a comment to make. And she's like, Daniel, you do not need to comment. Jesse then says, has anyone ever been to a Burning Man concert? And nobody actually understands this. You know what I mean? This was such a jab at Michelle.
Right.
And,
yes.
Yeah. And Jasmine's like, no, but yeah, that sounds like a better time than this. Like, because he was like, does anyone want to go to a Burning Man concert with me? It's just like fucking chaos. Jesse then makes another comment and Michelle tells him to stop. He tells her that she can't tell him what to do. And he gets up and walks away saying, or, you know, that he's done. And then, like, I felt bad for her because she's like, please don't leave me. Yeah. Like, she looks at him and is like, please do not leave me. And he's just like out. Like, he doesn't care. Then it shows this was like all over the place because it's going back and forth. Kristen must have been out in the hallway already, like having a conversation with the producers. So the producer is telling her to calm down. Kristen saying, you saw him bang his hands on the table again. Like, I'm not putting up with this. So I'm thinking she must have wanted to leave and they were trying to get her to go back in and stay at this point. She says that she doesn't even want she doesn't want to out their whole marriage and that, you know, everything that she knows about it. Jesse says that if you bring out any skeletons that I already know about my wife, I will fucking bury you. Jesse says this to Kristen. Yeah. Him and Kristen are going back and forth and Luke walks out at this point. And then I don't even think Luke touches Jesse, but like, Michelle grabs him and is like, don't fucking touch my husband. Michelle is screaming at Kristen, telling her enough with the fucking protecting. Michelle says that Kristen says she is protecting her, but I feel like she is threatening her, which I do agree in that moment.
Yes,
you know
I agree too.
Like,
she's been threatening this whole season about, because she even sent her text messages. I will never say anything that I know. I keep your secrets kind of thing.
Like, come on. Kristen then says, you don't know what your husband is saying behind your back. He's telling people that he's going to divorce you in 2 months, which is wrong.
She twists everything. Yes.
Yep.
She doesn't, like, her brain doesn't compute.
And I said, Kristen, you are fucking the story up again. And then Jackson Confession is like, oh no, nope, that's not true. That's the other way around. Michelle said she's going to divorce Jesse in 2 months.
Oh no. Yeah.
Like, even Jack's getting it right. So then it shows Jesse literally charging down the hall, yelling and like he actually knocked Zach and Brittany out of the way.
Yeah, like a bowling ball. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like pulling Luke to get back, and Luke's like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not going at him. He's like, I'm stepping back. Like, I don't even know what's happening in this moment. Michelle starts yelling again that everyone needs to get in the room and she needs to talk. Like, she keeps saying, everyone in the room, I'm going to have a conversation with you guys. Then Kristen and Luke are walking away. They're going off about Jesse and Michelle, and that Kristen is just blurting out because, like, they're talking, and then they're like, I don't know, in the lobby, and she's like, because Michelle had a boyfriend for over a year. There we go. Now I said it. And then I was like, okay, I guess it's out. So that's what she was protecting Michelle about. Yeah. Kristen in confession lets it all out and says that Michelle started, like dating a guy a year ago. Kristen didn't care because she didn't like Jesse. So I guess she was like holding this all in and letting it go because she didn't care if Jesse got hurt in that moment.
Yeah.
Then they're back in the room and Michelle is, saying that she's ready to talk about, I said that she's ready to talk, which I have no idea what the hell she wants to say. And then it just goes to be continued.
Yeah. Chaos.
It was a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Lots of chaos. I was like, I couldn't even keep up. That's why I was like.
You did a good job. Yeah.
It was everywhere. But.
All right.
So.
Well, thanks for listening. You can find us on all the social media at Shaded Reality Pod. We have a Facebook group and page. We have a TikTok and we have an Instagram. If you want to get a hold of us directly, you can get a hold of us at shadedrealitypod@gmail.com. We drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Currently, we are recapping The Valley, but if you are interested in recaps of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or Next Gen NYC, you can listen to our previous stuff. Next Gen NYC has some pretty terrible sound quality, so don't judge us on that. I honestly wish we could just re-record them all, but it is what it is. We were starting and didn't know what we were doing.
That was so bad.
Oh, they're bad. But it's there. You can understand us. They just aren't the best sound quality. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.